Hello, hello.
Hello. Just undoing my shirt. It's warm in here. Right.
You were freezing like a minute ago.
I was. The
heating's
heating's on now.
Can we pull this forwards a little bit so we don't get so much glare? That's it.
Welcome to the thing we do on a Sunday. We don't have a guest with us, so we thought we'd just chat. We can read out questions from the side chat. We have a couple of things to share. Yeah, we've just had a sale as well, which was quite interesting. Somebody wanted to buy a load of Wedgwood plates and bowls, so we did them some really good discount, and then I set up a listing for them.
Yeah,
they've now bought them, and now they've just said, order placed. I'll be checking these with me in check-in luggage during
taking these
with me in check-in luggage during a long flight. 8 plates, 8 bowls. They've said, if you could, I would appreciate it if you could pack it extra well. I'm going to say to them, luggage handlers at airports just throw things around.
Yeah, I mean, you pack things so that people can throw them around.
Yeah, but there's a limit.
But we're going to ask them if they will open it and just make sure that the contents.
Yeah, I'm going to say
before they take them, because
I'm going to say that's not a good plan. Taking very thin Wedgwood plates times 8 and 8 bowls.
They obviously want to take them to, I don't know, family or something. I don't know. Or as a gift for somebody else.
My concern is that they're going to be chucked around at the airport, in and out of planes.
Well, honestly, that's nothing to do with us once they've received them. We just need to make sure they're all in one piece when they receive them.
In the
UK.
So
if they can message us and just let us know that, they've received them, they're up and everything's fine when it gets to the place in the UK.
Yeah.
Then we can just say, well, whatever happens next is not our, not up to us.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't like my spidey senses are a bit tingly on this one. Here's the thing. I've said many times, expect your parcels to be chucked in the back of a van, maybe, mishandled a little bit. But luggage handling in and out of planes and that's a different
carry on. Definitely. Is that like carry on film?
Well, carry on luggage would be different because you can look after it then. That's what I might suggest. I might say to them, if you're going to take this on an international flight, you need to take it as carry on.
Well, it's not up to us. All we need to do is figure out. All we need to do is have confirmation that it's arrived safely in the UK, because then we've done our job. Anything else is not up to us.
Yeah. Well, as Seablone is kind of where we're at, I think. Tell them you are only responsible for their packaging for you to them.
Yes.
They're responsible for how they're packaged in their suitcase. Well, yes. Anyway, we'll let you know next week how this panned out. But and they've messaged again. So excited to receive these.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me scroll back. We do have a couple of things to share, and some good news about something I shared with you recently as well, which is exciting. Let's say a few hellos whilst people are joining us. We are up to 150. Hello, everybody. Hi, Nige was first in. Quick question. Is it wise to have diverse revenue streams or stick to one?
It's probably wise to have diverse revenue streams in this day and age, but I don't know.
I would say if you can have several, particularly if you're just reselling, and we've had this discussion before actually about having all your eggs in like the eBay basket, for example.
Yeah,
we've had the rug pulled out from underneath us. Even as 20 years in of selling on eBay, they messed up our account. You probably remember if you've been following the channel. Over a year ago now.
Yeah, it was just about a year ago.
And that really woke us up to that. But we are still primarily eBay.
Yeah.
And we've
now very much considering leaving Etsy.
That's another video. That's another conversation.
Well, we were thinking of making a video about that, a little bit of a rant one.
You were livid.
Oh, I am livid. I'm fully livid.
Diversify if you can. We have several income streams. We have our revenue from reselling. Well, it's mainly our revenue from reselling on 2 or 3 platforms, mainly eBay and YouTube. We've built YouTube up to be part of our business, so that really helps.
Although it is something that we do because we love it, and
we wouldn't do it otherwise, but it has become, we have built it to a level where it's significant. And I've made videos about the income we receive from that. So that helps. We have a couple of very smaller income streams, but we are still probably 80% eBay.
Yeah, we are.
It's a bit precarious, right? Anyway, thank you, Nige, for the question. Good evening, Steve. Looking forward to the chat. I literally have no idea what I'm doing with eBay since simple sending. The postage thing.
Gosh.
We don't have much of an opinion on that because we're not using it firsthand. We're a business seller, and they've not rolled it out to business sellers yet, but we were told they're going to make it optional for us. By the sounds of people that are using it, we will not touch it with a barge pole.
No, not until they sort all the issues out.
I've had all sorts of problems going on. Yeah. At the minute, I seem to be making more money flipping stuff from one auction house to another.
Oh, right. Interesting.
Wow. Okay. Than anything else. Nice work if you can get it, but it's pure guesswork. Yeah, that's interesting. In answer to Nige, I think that depends on the answer to one question. Do you know what you want to do when you grow up? That's a great question. We're still figuring it out. And we're in our 50s. I think the most interesting people...
I'm not 50s, I'm 50.
All right, pedantic. I genuinely think the most interesting people you meet as you go through life haven't got a clue what they want to do.
Isn't that what Baz Luhrmann says?
That's what Baz Luhrmann said in the Sunscreen song. And I love that song. I periodically go back and listen to that. That came out in 99, I think it was.
Yeah. See, Blaney there says, never put all of your eggs in one basket.
This is what we were getting at. Yeah. We are still very over-reliant on eBay.
Yeah.
Hands up. We really are.
Yeah. Hello, Ian. He says, hope things are better after your bad news last week.
Yes. Well, let's talk about that for a minute before we share some fun stuff. I had several private messages from people who thanked us for talking about it. Thanked us for being very open and honest about loss and grief and having that discussion, sharing other people's stories. It really helped people. I think it helped us on the night as well to get some perspective on it. So talk about this. Have those conversations with your families as well. Obviously, we've had to have some difficult conversations recently. We've had some interesting ones with my parents, as I said last week, about their plans for when the inevitable happens. And it's been quite refreshing to talk about it all. Difficult at the same time, but yeah, but thank you. We have a date for the funeral now, so that's coming up imminently. Yeah, it was a really good chat last week. Okay, let's see what we've got. Or should we do these, or should I read some more chat?
I don't know. Do you want to?
Well, you have a read.
Didn't say very many hellos. Who else have we got in today? Mark, hello. Deborah, Fluffy Muffin, and Ross. Now we need Ross's weekly update. Hi, Nick and Andrea, not Angela. No. Had some good health news this week. That's good. So it's been a good one. I hope your week's better than the last. No cream eggs for me. Cadbury's US owners ruined the chocolate taste.
Have they changed it?
I haven't had Cadbury's for so long because obviously I don't eat dairy anymore.
I might have to try one. See. Yeah.
I've seen other people have them and they look smaller. Everything looks smaller these days, chocolate wise and snack wise. And I don't think that's necessarily to for a good health reason. I think it's just so that they can make more money. Of
course, it's shrinkflation. That is.
Yeah.
Hello, Fluffy Muffin.
Yeah, I'd already said that.
I've got a tickly throat at the moment.
Have you got a drink? Get yourself a drink.
I'm going to get a drink. Oh, hi, Porky.
There's Tamara and Oris Harris. And who else is in today? Glasshammer. Hello. Happy Easter, everyone. Oh, yes. It's Easter Sunday. Happy Easter, everyone.
Hi, Chris.
And Anastasia, hello.
Hi, Anastasia.
James Boldfines is in. Have we said hello to Jake yet? I don't know. Johnny. John Shepherd's in. Hello. John has got a meetup coming up soon.
Yeah.
June. Is it June or July? I can't remember.
We don't know if we're going to be around to make it. If we can, we'll be there. Yeah. We've got a lot going on. Some of you know what's going on. Yeah. Yes. We don't know, John.
A lot going on.
I'm sure it'll be a great event regardless.
Scooching down, Vinyl Guardian, and Leslie. Hello. Yes. So I'll get to the end of the chat. And there's Ben. Hello, Ben. Good evening, you lovely people. Question for Andrea. If you fall out of love for selling breakables, where would you turn to next? I can't imagine that I would, to be honest, because I really love it. I love doing what I do.
But it's a great question. What would you do if you weren't reselling?
If I wasn't reselling or just not selling breakables?
Oh, well, you could answer both questions.
Well, I'd probably, it'd be easy if I did decide to just change. I don't know what I would go for, to be honest. But over the years, we've chopped and changed all kinds of things that we sell
within reselling.
We've evolved, and used to do vintage toys and then clothes, and now I'm doing this. But this I love, and I really love doing this. But yeah, I don't know.
If I wasn't reselling, I would probably try. I've got all sorts of different YouTube ideas. I just don't have time to focus on because I'm very busy running an eBay business. But if that all ended for some reason, I'd really push those other YouTube ideas.
Yeah. I think we talked about that in the past, haven't we? Like with YouTube and doing that a bit more, and just something creative, something fun, something that isn't a drudge to go to every day because life is short.
100%. Right, let's pause there, and I'll share
very
this.
quickly. Say hello, Sarah. Hello, Kevin. And Joe Forrest says about our plates, they would have to bring them back if broken here to return them, which is a good point.
Yeah, I'll message them after the stream and say.
Or would they return them? This is kind of the issue I've got going on right now.
So, a few weeks back, we did a charity event to raise money for Dementia UK. Our friends Tony and Jill, we went to visit them, and Tony very kindly gifted me this poster. You may remember, and I said, this is a very niche item. It is a vintage, probably about 1980, Joy Division Unknown Pleasures poster. I can't fit it all in, but you get the idea. So I did what I said I was going to do. I listed it on eBay. I aimed high at £100. It had watchers, it had people asking me questions, it had all sorts. Eventually, I reduced it a little bit. And then we had an offer at 60, and I've taken the offer. So all of that money, we set up the listing as a charity listing. So we don't see that money. It goes straight to Dementia UK. So thank you very much, Tony and Jill, for your kind donation. And now it is going to America on GSP. And the £60 is going to be with Dementia UK. So yes. Brilliant. That wraps up that little charity campaign we did a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Why is the printer going?
Well, maybe Ellen's printing off her. Ellen's off on her travels tomorrow, so she's printing off her tickets.
Her plane tickets. Yeah, our daughter was in Berlin the other week.
Yeah.
She's going to Barcelona imminently.
This week.
Amsterdam.
Yeah.
She's following 21 Pilots, the band. To say she's a fan is downplaying it. She's seeing them, so Berlin, Barcelona, Amsterdam, Manchester, Glasgow.
Yeah. Loads of places, basically.
Yes. Yeah. She has a job and she's spending her hard-earned money as
she doesn't have a job anymore.
As a barista. But yeah, she's actually left that job
resigned so that she could travel, so that she'll be looking for another job when she gets back.
The life of a 20-something, right?
But yeah. Okay. Doug and Tony have asked you, are you excited for the new Pulp album?
Yes, the new single, I wasn't sure on first listen, but I really like it now, Spike Island. Yeah, very excited. I mean, they haven't released music for like over 20 years.
Yeah, it's funny because we've got two collages of Pulp that you put together from old magazines like Enemies and all that kind of stuff. They're in our bathroom. I think you shared it on your Instagram at one point.
Well, it's an enemy cover.
When he was on Jonathan Ross, Ellen said, "Oh, it's the man from the bathroom."
Well, one of these two collages I made is an Enemy cover and then a background of other bits from Enemy from 1996. And Jarvis looks so young. He looks like the son of Jarvis that was on Jonathan Ross the other night with his grey beard and everything. But yes, excited to have a listen to the new album for sure.
Tamara says, I've closed my shop after 23 years. We'll reassess in another couple of months. Is that Etsy? I'm hearing that a lot of people are leaving Etsy, and I was about to storm out and slam the door behind me.
Watch this space.
I'm very much on the feeling that I want to leave Etsy. I'm not very impressed with how they've dealt with things.
Etsy is a company that has just gone down and down and down in the last 5-10 years. They've lost their principles. The principles it was set up on.
Yeah.
When I think it got sold off, didn't it, at one point, or bought out?
Yeah, it got.
So yeah. Anyway, that's a whole other discussion. Yeah. But we're going to do a separate video about your annoyance with Etsy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might be eBay because of the simple delivery, but anyway.
Yeah. Well, someone said there. Sorry. Simple postage is so easy on Vinted. How can eBay get it so wrong? Exactly. Yeah. I get that the postal system is complicated with the different sizes and weights and all of that stuff, but Vinted have managed it. And we do, I think a lot of us think that eBay is being led by Vinted. So just have a look at how they did it, eBay, and just copy it if you have to. It seems to work over there.
Perhaps I don't know. Anyway, we've got a question from Will. Do you want to share this box before we get to that?
Yes. Okay. Well, let's turn it off for a second.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that question. So, well, you can start this. This is mostly for you.
This is from Sharon. I don't know if she's in the chat. It's come all the way from Greece. So last week, Sharon said there was something on the way for us. Yeah.
I can read a bit of this.
A lovely little note. Jeff also got a gift. Hang on. There we go. Veggie chews.
He's had one. Yes. So on here it says, just a small parcel with some goodies. Andrea, I know you love a cup of tea, so I thought I'd send you some Greek herbal tea bags.
Yeah, look, I've got sage.
We have, can I just say, we have in the next to the cooker there's a drawer full of different teas.
Lemon balm.
There's about 30 different teas in the drawer.
And chamomile.
So now we have an extra 4.
And also yogi teas, which I love. I've got these are really nice. Ginger and lemon. There's a few of those, and a few. It just says women's tea. I don't know what's in that.
Women's tea.
It doesn't list the ingredients on the packet, so. Shall I try that out?
It says also another pendant necklace.
That's in here.
Okay.
I haven't opened that yet.
A wooden spoon.
We thought we were done unboxed pretty much while we were chatting to you guys.
A carved wooden spoon.
Oh, is this in a knot?
Yeah.
Oh no, hang
on.
There we go.
Oh, there's a brooch and bracelet in there as well somewhere. Oh yeah.
There's a brooch and bracelet in there.
And then Nick, it says some Greek honey.
Oh, that smells nice.
Greek honey and sesame bars. I've had one of these. I've tried one already. Very nice. There's a whole bunch of those. Thank you very much.
So there is a wooden necklace, which is rather nice.
A couple of old tins for you to flip if they are worth doing so. Jack Daniel's whiskey. And it sounds like there's something in here. Can't open it.
I think there might be 2 tins, are there?
Oh, it's tiny.
That's cute.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'll look into those.
There's a little pocket puzzle.
Yeah, well, it says here, I know you like puzzles, etc. So I enclosed a pocket wooden puzzle. Ah, I'm so into puzzles. We had a puzzle once. What was that one that I lent to our neighbour on?
Oh,
and it defeated him. Was it a squirrel?
I'm just going to go to the end of the comment. Oh, here's Sharon.
Oh, hello. We're halfway through unwrapping all the stuff. So we have pocket puzzle. What does it say?
We've seen the tea drawer, Nick.
You've seen the tea drawer?
Yeah, I shared it on Instagram.
Oh, I see. Right. It doesn't say what I'm trying to do here. I have several pieces.
Oh, it was eBay that Tamara's left.
Okay. I don't know what I'm trying to make. How am I supposed to make it if I don't know what I'm trying to make?
Ellen is doing the alphabet backwards. Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? There's no instructions. Like maybe it constructs a pyramid. Let me open this up. It might have instructions. Oh, here we go. I'm supposed to make a pyramid. Right. Okay. Let's see how long this one takes me. Well, that must be the base, surely. This is going to be very dull if I just sit here and try and work this out. Yeah, we had a puzzle. Was it a squirrel, that wooden puzzle?
Hedgehog.
Oh, it was a hedgehog. But it had been cut through one way and then cut through another way. And so it was so difficult. I managed to work it out. And then we lent it to our good friend Ron here in the village because he's into puzzles and all that sort of stuff. And it defeated him, unfortunately. And
then also we got some little sesame bars as well.
Well, I might have to concentrate
3 of
on
those.
this.
Yeah, nobody can see what you're doing. It's a bit boring. It's like when people do stuff on the radio and you can't see what they're doing.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Right, I'll ask the question from Will.
It's one of those that looks like it should be. Oh, nearly fell off my stool. Should be ridiculously simple. I can't see an obvious solution. It makes a pyramid. I will mess around with that afterwards, Sharon. Thank you very much. And once I've done it, I'll pass it on to a friend who enjoys puzzles and they can play with it. That's cool. Thank you so much. And to ship it all the way from Greece, it's above and beyond. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Sharon. We really appreciate that.
Right. I'm going to put this away and deal with it afterwards. I will solve it.
Will says, just started out on my vintage journey. I accepted an offer on Friday, but not heard anything since. Is this a confirmed sale? I'm shaking my head here. Or does the buyer still have to confirm he wants the item? It's not a confirmed sale until they've bought it, I'm afraid. It will stay for sale. Yeah. It's just how it works. It's not like eBay where it's, you've basically sold it once you've accepted their offer.
So on Vinted, someone else can come in and buy it if you don't pay.
It stays for sale.
I think that's a wise way of doing it.
Yeah.
It stops people messing around and being flaky if they really want, you know what I mean? Yeah,
well, it stops something coming off sale and then they don't pay for it. So at least, then somebody else will come along and just buy it and you're not out of pocket.
Ross, agree. As it works well on Vinted, it's pretty stress-free. Just wish Royal Mail would let you print labels on Vinted. Interesting.
Oh, hello, Aid.
Aid, hello. Is that Aid that we know?
No, well, we know Aid, but we don't know Aid. You know what I mean? A different Aid.
Not the Aid I'm thinking of.
No, different.
Okay. They are skimping on the chocolate. We're back to the cream eggs, are we?
To everything, I think.
Skimping on the chocolate content as the price of cocoa pods has soared. Tamara, I found my old scrapbooks from the early 1970s. I used to collect chocolate bar wrappers.
Oh, wow.
I can confirm the old ones were way bigger. Mars,
Yeah.
at least 25%. And old chocolate bar wrappers can be worth a lot of money. You could be sitting on a fortune there. Yeah. Do you remember the video I did about crisp packets and how much people pay for vintage crisp packets? It's the same with chocolate bar wrappers. I wish I'd kept stuff like that from a kid, especially the ones that are no longer in production.
Vinyl Guardian says, I met Jarvis in a charity shop once in Shepherd's Bush. I picked up a jacket he wanted, but I had it to wear on stage myself. But I don't like to talk about it much.
You met Jarvis? Wow. He's a fascinating man. Really is. Very talented.
Leslie says, I love Etsy. I'm sorry you're not having a good experience.
Well, watch this space. Andrea's going to do a rant about Etsy shortly. Not tonight. Right, let's scroll down. If you've got any questions or topics you want us to chat about, we've shared the things we wanted to share.
Jessica says, very excited. I found a 1980 double quad movie poster for Bond Moonraker with the spy who loved me on the other side. No clue on the value. Ooh.
1980. I've got some vintage posters. Well, as well as this one, which is now sold for charity. I'll have to dig them out and share them. Where did they come from?
Hello, Cheryl.
One of those is a movie poster, isn't it? Do you remember I showed it to you?
Yeah.
Some weird kung fu movie I've never heard of.
Yeah. Cheryl, are you still on Etsy? Are you still listing on Etsy?
I've missed the begging.
Missed the begging?
Beginning?
What were we begging for?
I don't know.
Sue Blaine is asking how my ear is. It's so much better. Yeah, I can hear again now. So thank you. Yeah. A relief, a huge relief.
I don't know if you guys have seen, but there was a thunderstorm and flooding in Auckland, New Zealand. I haven't seen the news about that. My brother and his girlfriend live there. Hopefully they're okay.
Oh,
Wow.
a few weeks
I hope
ago
they're
there was
safe.
one. Or was that? No, that might not have been Auckland, but somewhere in New Zealand. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I hope. Yeah, thinking about you and hoping.
The weather's going crazy.
Everybody's okay.
But according to Trump, of course, there is no global warming or climate change.
Don't get onto that.
Oh, I've said the T word.
You have. No, we're not going to talk about that.
Our house is continual rants about that man. But they have been having demonstrations, huge mass demonstrations in America. So America is waking up.
Yeah, yesterday, wasn't it?
They're waking up to what they're trying to do.
Yeah. Cheryl says, missed the beginning because I lost my latest video halfway through uploading.
That's so annoying. You hope you haven't lost the whole thing. Surely it's still on your computer. There's nothing worse than actually losing footage that you've filmed, because you can't go back in time and do it again.
Louise says, good luck with that buyer. I've had so many misusing returns recently, so my trust is low. They buy the wrong item, claim wrong item for free returns, but take a photo to confirm their dishonesty. This is almost exactly what I'm going through right now. Like they're claiming that I'll just touch on it. They're claiming that I didn't list it correctly. Oh, yes. But it's how Etsy have dealt with it. I mean, that is frustrating enough in itself, but it's how it's been dealt with. Yeah,
we've seen it all over the years. The lies, the returning something else, the trying to get partial refunds. We have a no partial refund policy, so we offer a full return, which is all we need to do.
Yes.
And people don't like that when they're trying to pull a fast one and just get some quick money back.
No, people get a bit angry when they don't get what they want. They stamp their feet and they scream until they're sick.
Yeah, we did.
And then they go and do horrible things to you.
another little bit of eBay news. We got some negative feedback removed. It wasn't a difficult one to get removed. Somebody had bought a plate, I think it was, wasn't it? I've got a very tickly cough and I can't make it go away. They bought a plate. I packaged it. I sent it to them. Tracking showed delivered. We thought nothing of it, right? Transaction gone through lovely. Probably a month after that, they left negative. And what the comment said was, seller cancelled my order.
Yeah, except they've received it.
So this negative comes in, right? And we notice, because you do, and we're like, what? So confused. Went in, looked at the order, saw the tracking there, clicked on the tracking, delivered on such and such a date.
I think we actually even messaged them and said, I think
I did.
you revise it? Because this clearly isn't the item you're talking about, because you've received it.
eBay always say, contact them first, see if they can revise or change the feedback in some way. So I did. I said, hello, I think you're confused because we didn't cancel the order. Fact, you've received the item like weeks and weeks ago, because I've checked the tracking. Are you confused? Have you left us feedback for something else that maybe a seller cancelled? And they just blanked us completely. But eBay removed that, so that was helpful.
Yes. Yes. People do like to complain about eBay, but they are, they're pretty fair when it comes to, protections for both buyers and sellers. I mean, for the most part, because they can't tell who's telling the truth, can they? It's one person's word against the other. But for the most part, at least you get something. And in cases where you've dealt with a customer and you've made a decision and you've decided either to refund them only 50% or they want a partial refund and they're annoyed or whatever, eBay will often cover that out of their own pocket. They will, if the buyer's complaining, they will give them a refund and they've covered it. They won't interfere in your business, which other companies do.
I just highlighted that because I thought this was the case as well. This came up in a conversation recently. I can't remember whether it's one of these live streams or what. That, as Maggie says, they do the same on eBay now. It's not theirs until they pay. And I thought that was the case. But I'm sure somebody disagreed with me recently. I don't know who we were talking with.
I don't know. I think they might have gone back on it because we've had to cancel a few orders that weren't paid for recently.
I don't know. Tamara says, I sold the 3 chocolate wrapper albums for £75 each.
Oh, wow.
Despite them having been badly glued together by a 5-year-old. There you go. That's what we're saying. It's a huge market for anything like that.
Did you see Sharon's comment that I highlighted about the Jack Daniels tin being worth like about a tenner or something?
Oh, was it? Oh, well, I will look into them. Yeah, thank you very much.
Oh, Cheryl says, no, I sacked Etsy off, was too slow for me.
Yeah, well, we may be following suit. We don't sell masses on Etsy. Every now and again, we have a little flurry of orders. Every now and again, we might get one nice, big, juicy order.
I find it harder and harder to get views on there. But there we are.
Yeah, Etsy feels like they've lost their way to me.
Yeah, I know that there are some people like Leslie that do really well on Etsy. But yeah.
What's this? I've got a huge Faster Pussycat poster for sale. It's framed though, so I'm not looking forward to posting. Yeah, big framed things. If it's glass, it's okay when it's like that Perspex stuff, but big framed glass ones, that always worries me.
Yeah. Oh, Cheryl, no, I didn't save it because I'm an idiot. Oh, no.
Oh. But when I upload stuff, it's still in the original place it was, unless you deleted the original. I don't know.
And also said, yep, same, no partial refunds, just full refund for a return. Yeah.
It's the way to go, because for a long time now, people have cottoned on that if they just ask a lot of sellers will just give a partial refund regardless, just to make the problem go away, particularly when it's a heavy item or a breakable or something. You think, I don't want them to send that back, or I don't want it back, full stop.
And
but we just say, no, we don't offer partials.
It is also at discretion, because sometimes you can tell if it is very genuine.
Every now and again, we might do, but as a policy, as a rule, it's no, that's not our business policy to give partials. If you're not happy for any reason, you are very welcome to send it back. And you would be amazed how many people just stop communicating and keep the item. We had one recently, didn't we?
Yeah. Hello, Crispy.
Hello, Crispy. Thanks again for the controller backs. Looking forward to listing that controller now.
Yeah. So what Cheryl's saying here, I think with eBay, you just have to know their policies and know what's allowed and what isn't, and then repeat them back to the eBay rep. Yeah.
Well, as we know, eBay reps don't often know as much about eBay policy as we do sometimes.
Yeah. Stockport Rocker, hello, says, had a rare find this week, 29 mostly Revel models, all bagged in the boxes. Couldn't believe it. The volunteers couldn't believe I wanted them all. I couldn't leave them there.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah.
29. That's quite a collection.
Yeah.
And all still bagged.
Final Guardian sold an amplifier Saturday, new to eBay that day with no feedback. Why do I see red flags in these scenarios? Yeah, well,
paranoia.
Yeah, and also we've been burned by it, haven't we? We all know it. I mean, the chances are they're going to be absolutely fine. But yeah,
I remember selling an amp. I've told this story before. I apologise if you've heard it. I've been using it in the office as a footstool for probably 5 years. It was built like a tank. Do you remember this little thing? Only a small amp. Can't remember the brand. Is it a PV or something like that? I don't know. Sold it. Eventually got around to listing it and had to find something else to use as a footstool. And Hermes, as they were then, managed to destroy it, smashed it into 1,000 bits. What did they do? Run it over with a truck?
Yeah.
It was solid it was.
Leslie says, seller protection on Etsy should cover the cost. Refund the buyer and you keep your money if there's a dispute. Well, I might as well just say it now. They didn't. They took it out of my account.
We'll do a separate video so you can have all the detail.
Yeah.
But
yeah, okay. I won't go into any more detail, but
no.
Yeah, that's what I'm really annoyed about, because there wasn't even any prior communication. They just took the money out of my account.
Right, are we at the bottom? Oh no, sorry, I thought we were at the bottom. We're miles behind. What's this? It's Hayley Beanie. Hello. Hey, Nick and Andrea. Hope all is well. I am a very tired beanie, working all 4 days of bank holiday weekend.
Oh, no.
Really? Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
We had a pretty relaxing day today. We went and had a family meal in a pub we've got to know here that does incredible food. And then didn't do much else.
We went for a walk in the woods. That was nice.
Oh, we did. We took Jeff to the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has anxiety, and he had a little bit of an anxiety attack, but he got over it and then enjoyed the rest of the walk, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's an anxious little pup.
He really is. Yeah. If he goes anywhere that is new to him, or is, I don't know, he gets all worried about wind. Doesn't like wind.
Wind, birds, other people, other dogs,
yeah.
Anything that makes a noise. And it's not like it was a new place. We've taken him there.
Yeah, we have done
50 times.
But we don't go there regularly. Yeah, but going back to what you said about being tired and working all over the bank holiday. Ellen did as well, but they were closed today, so she had today off. So yeah.
Steve says, if you're selling stuff like glass framed pictures, there's a company called Fragilistics who specialise in that sort of thing. Never heard of that.
Okay, that's interesting.
Fragilistics,
like Mary Poppins.
Bonafide Hustler. Now that's a name that takes me back.
Yes,
I remember watching. Must be like
Gosh.
when we started on YouTube, like 10 years ago, you were doing
Yeah.
videos back then. You used to sell a lot of bikes. You were quite knowledgeable in your bikes and fitness equipment over in America. Yeah, good to see you.
Good to see you. Hello.
Right. Oh, there's your channel.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, there's we did our very first yard sale of the year last weekend, wasn't it? So we did a vlog, and that's the one that's current on my channel. So if you fancy a little wander around a yard sale, it was a good one. It was a good yard sale. It was really warm, really sunny, lots of lovely things that I shouldn't have bought and added to my backlog, but I did.
We could have bought so much. Hopefully you've seen the video. If not, go and watch it. It is a fun watch. It was the nicest day. It was,
even if we do say so ourselves.
Right, blowing our own trumpet. It was just a lovely day. The weather was great. You know, it was that spring, one of the first warm days of spring, and we were wandering around. It was a chilled out yard sale, and we found some really nice antique stuff. I found an Xbox 360 and a load of games. You may have seen that video where I'm unpacking the bag of stuff. A whole lot for a tenner. Really good deal.
Yeah.
Found all sorts of stuff. I still have a pile of it over there. I plan on doing a haul. When I'm going to fit that in tomorrow, is going to be manic. We have sold so much stuff on eBay. I was looking at the numbers. We went sailing past £1,000 turnover earlier. We've got a guy coming. Did you see in a recent video the stacks of DVDs? I listed in 2 job lots over 1,500 DVDs. They've all sold in 2 big job lots. The guy's coming tomorrow for those. Yeah, it's been a great weekend for sales. Can't remember the point of what I was saying. Oh yeah, so when I'm going to fit in filming a haul video, I don't know. The stuff is sat in the kitchen waiting for me to find time.
Yeah. Vinyl Guardian says, biggest regret with posters. My mate's older brother owned a video shop. I had about 20 Miramax gloss Pulp Fiction posters worth a fortune now. I crushed them out. What does that say?
I think that's a typo.
Okay.
The last bit. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That we all have those regrets, don't we? Things we didn't keep from our childhood, things we didn't keep from early on in our business, or stash away. The amount of sealed Pokemon stuff we used to get from Nintendo.
Yeah.
We could have retired just on. We used to sell hundreds of booster packs a day, but of course it was just turnover. When you're a busy shop, it's just turnover. You sell these 3, 4, 5 quid packs of cards. You don't think, God, we didn't have a crystal ball. No. These would be worth like 50 quid a pack in 20 years.
Yeah, what Daniel's saying here, that's always a red flag when you start getting emotional blackmail messages.
What does it say? I had a upset.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
the emotional blackmail, we've all had them, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And
it's uncalled for. It's none of your business, really, is it? And it's so unfair when people throw that at you.
And funnily enough, this one I'm dealing with on Etsy was an emotional blackmail one as well.
Let's not go into it. It's a fun one. Video coming soon. Hi Pete, hope you're well.
Can you put no partial refunds in settings? I don't know, but I don't know if you can put it in your postage policy, for the refund policy.
In reality, for the amount of times it comes up, it feels like it's more than it is. It might be once a month we have to explain to people. We won't give you a partial, send it back if you're not happy.
But I think I probably will try and add it if I can do. If I decide to stay on Etsy, I'll add it.
Oh, you're talking about Etsy? Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to turn the heating off now because it's getting quite warm, isn't it?
Yeah, Cheryl's had that before. Etsy just took the money out of her account and the buyer kept the item. That's where we're at, but we are protesting. And you had an automated response.
Oh, yeah, I had an automated response.
We're going to keep protesting.
If you click on these if you click on any of these links, then one of these links will help you.
Rubbish.
And if you're not satisfied by the time we get to the end of this email, then it explains what you can do next. I'm like, well, it'd be nice if you just answer my message. And I'd be great, thanks.
That would be nice. Yeah, human being to look at it. Here we go again. We've been here before. Hold sales. Hello, Daniel. Sat here sorting used bottle caps for an order that is being sent tomorrow. £11 for 500. Wow. Bottle caps for craft. That's interesting. Amazing what you can sell. Right. Oh, is it hotel? It's a hotel look. Yeah, busy time then.
Well, honestly, I thought the garden centre would still be open on Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
But they're closed. Yeah.
Chris says, I've been up since 6, done 3 boot sales and a yard sale.
Good grief.
Then a friend's for dinner, absolutely shattered. Yeah, early night for you, Chris. 3 boot sales.
Yeah, that's a day's work and a half, that is.
Takes me back to when we lived at Hitchin on, was it Saturdays I used to do 3? No, it was Sundays. Yeah, I used to be up 5:30, maybe 6 to go and do the early, and I'd get around that as quick as I could, and then I'd go to the one near where we used to live, just outside Hitchin, get there for about 9, I think it was. Get in that one early, whiz round, and then sometimes come home. Well, then I'd go to the Hitchin one in centre.
You'd quite often come and get me at this point.
Yeah, sometimes pick up Andrea. You'd be drinking coffee, trying to wake up.
I didn't want to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, so.
And then sometimes we'd go down and do the Hitchin one on the marketplace, and then drive to Redbourne. This won't mean much.
We went to the Hatfield.
Oh, Hatfield as well. Yeah, sorry, Redbourne was that? We did sometimes.
The Hatfield one was a nice late start, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we get to Hatfield for. No, it was later than that, wasn't it? I can't remember the numbers, but anyway, we'd sometimes do 4.
Hatfield would start at 10 for early entry at 10. It would start officially at 12, but early entry at 10. And we'd get there for about 9:30 in queue. So
maybe I did the second one earlier then. I can't remember the numbers, but I loved it, and I would. Yeah, gladly go back and do that again. We don't have as many boot sales here near enough that we can do lots.
There are some, but they're quite far away.
Yeah. But since we've been in Norfolk, we've found way more yard sale events and lots of jumble sales as well. So that's kept us more than topped up on stock.
Yeah, we don't need too much at the moment. Cheryl says, bank holiday. What bank holiday? I've done 3 boots over 2 days and filled my car.
Yeah. And as much fun as it is sourcing, it is properly exhausting.
Yeah, it is.
Being on it, looking at thousands and thousands of items and processing. Do I want it? Do I really want it? How much is it? Right? Doing that again and again. It's exhausting. Sometimes being social with the stall holders, that drains your social battery as well. Yeah, shattering. I'm going to take this off now. I'm warm.
Oh, Maggie says, yep, it was a lovely yard sale. I enjoyed it immensely. Good.
Excellent.
The video. Sorry, I thought you meant. I thought I must have missed I was like thinking to myself, have I missed your comment? You went to a yard sale. You meant the video. Thank you. Ross says, I'm still tired from 2 boot sales yesterday. Chris, the boot divers.
Chris, the boot divers were ridiculous at the first one.
I thought it was somebody called Chris, the boot diver.
I think Ross is talking to Chris. But did well at the second one, so 1 in the end. Yeah, that's a bugbear of ours. People crawling all over your stuff, climbing in the back of the car to get it out before. I get really short with people if they're that pushy. We've been selling at boot sales recently, having a big clear out, and we haven't had anyone being really aggressive like that, but they have been coming around the back of the stall and rummaging through boxes before we've unpacked them.
Well, that's fine. You kind of just get used to it.
And we've been fine with that to a point. But yeah, when they start climbing in the car.
We haven't had anyone climbing in the car. They're just unpacking the boxes for us.
But I tell you, the problem is sometimes it just gets hard to keep track of everyone at once doing that.
It gets a bit stressful.
Right?
Yeah, and particularly when I'm trying to unload the boxes and put stuff on tables, and what's already on the table people are at the back of the tables and the front of the tables, and I can't get to the tables to put stuff on the tables, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it gets a bit stressful in the beginning.
Good evening, Lainey.
Louise says, I highlighted that to read.
Oh, sorry. Hi, Lainey. There you go.
My one yesterday was angry at me. I'm deluded, apparently. They upset their son by not buying a Pikachu card already sold out. They apparently didn't select Serrano, is that how you pronounce that? But knew all my photos were default.
Fun times. Yeah. I'm not even sure I actually understand what a lot of that means.
No, but basically they made a mistake. They blamed you, and now you've upset their child. Yeah. Customer's
always right. Rubbish.
That's Ross saying. eBay has been very bad this week. Couple of no sale days and very quiet overall. Vinted is doing great for me, and even did 3 Depop sales in 24 hours. These quiet times happening with eBay every month. Yeah.
Interesting. When we chatted with Chris, we met with Chris recently and Catherine, and they were saying that Vinted is doing really well. No, it was more Catherine was saying about it, wasn't it? And lots of other people are seeing that Vinted is outperforming eBay if they're selling on both. We are going to get involved, but for us, touch wood, eBay is performing really well. It is still very erratic. We'll have like a £20 day and then a £500 day. It's literally like that, and there's no consistency. But our weekly sales are up on year for year. Still, they have been since January. So I don't know if we're bucking a trend, whether it's what we're selling. I mean, we're still doing very well with the D&D stuff. But all of our stuff is doing well. We've just secured a £57 order of plates. Talking about your stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if we're doing something right with eBay, or it's whether it is just the stuff we've got. We are being aggressive on price sometimes.
We are.
We're doing lots of end sell similar. Yeah. That's working for us. I know some people still don't think that works, but it does.
Like the deal we've done on the plates and bowls, I mean, they're getting a bargain. They already had £5 discount off each lot, and then they got us right down, and basically got one lot for free as such.
Yeah. So, but
there we are.
But bear in mind, this is a Wedgwood dinner set. I think we paid a tenner for the whole thing.
Yeah, I know. You have to take that into consideration.
And we are already in profit because we sold 2 terrines.
Yeah, and I'm happy to sell it, and it's a decent price still.
We are all about negotiating a discount. If someone wants a bargain, they can have a bargain. We're here to turn it over and make money. Yeah. So that 57.50 that we were backwards and forwards earlier, sat on the sofa. Yeah. It's all profit after fees. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. John says, have you guys ever bought event tickets via GoGo? No, I haven't. So no.
Nope. We tend to use Ticketmaster. I know people have strong opinions about Ticketmaster, but that's our kind of go-to.
That's what it says on the tin, kind of thing.
I think the emotional blackmail is despicable. I wouldn't even think of using a child for getting cheap prices on eBay. It's a lower thing to. It happens. It is. People use all sorts of reasons to twist your arm. Donna says, if I'm correct, the law states that retail outlets over a certain size must close either Good Friday or Easter Sunday.
Okay, interesting.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Now, Steve has a good point. Best way to deal with the car boot divers, get there late. Or, and this is what we used to do, we haven't been doing it as much recently when we sold at boot sales. What we used to do was queue up with our car full of stuff if we were selling, go in, park up, lock the car and go wandering around for the first half an hour, right? And then set up at our leisure.
Yeah. But at the moment we're trying to clear stuff. So we're just, I don't mind it so much, to be honest. It can get a little bit stressful, but.
Well, the boot sale we're choosing to sell at the moment, it all happens very quickly.
Yeah.
It's like there's an hour. You've got an hour window of really good sales,
Yeah.
and that's right at the beginning. So
And
if we did our wander around, we'd miss most of our sales.
They let the buyers in at the same time as we go in. So we're, if they staggered it or let you in like half an hour early, so you've got time to set up, be much better. Chris B says Barton Mills was like that today. It is run by the same person that does Beckrow. Yeah.
Well, is the Beckrow off now?
I think it's all at Barton Mills this weekend.
Right.
It's not off now. Barton Mills is Saturday, Beckrow's Sunday generally. But every now and then it is all at Barton Mills.
Some of the bad boot divers even sell at my boot sale. Oh, they're dealers, of course. Right. Okay. I won't even go to their stall. I won't buy off them as a result of how they behave. Fair enough. Yeah. Boycott them if you don't agree with their practices. Absolutely. And there's a lot of that going on in America right now. It's really interesting. We follow quite a few political channels, and there's a lot of boycotting of certain things going on. The obvious one we all know about Tesla, but yeah, it's fascinating. But yeah, your wallet is a powerful thing.
It is. Yeah, which is partly the reason why, I'm plant-based and don't eat meat and all of that, because you've got to take action. And yeah.
Chris, just to say thanks again for your help with the gathering cards. Yes, the other week, Nick took it. Watching some auctions end tonight. Oh, you're auctioning some. Yeah. Chris got in touch, had an incredible find of a Magic the Gathering collection, and we did a little FaceTime, and I was imparting the limited knowledge I have. I mean, I used to sell a lot of it, but we're going back. Well, 20 years. No. When did we close the shop? 2012. Going back to 2012 since I was selling Magic in big numbers. But hopefully my advice helped. I would have loved to have had that collection and sold it off. I reckon you'll make way more than you imagine you will. You'll have to let me know, Chris. Let me know how you're doing with it.
Cheryl says, I've changed a lot of things that I do on eBay to change it around. Last month was my worst month in years, and this month could be one of my best.
Excellent.
Pat.
This is the thing, Cheryl. We have to move with the times. We have to look at what we do and tweak things, change things, like continually, because everything moves on. The market moves on. The platforms change how they operate. If we stay still, we kind of doom ourselves to fail, I think. Yeah.
UK Silver says, I've started to see better items at car boots. I think hard times are driving people to sell their family silver.
I think there is a certain amount of that going on. People not wanting to sell online because they're in fear of the tax man or whatever it might be. And also there is still a economic crisis going on. People need money. So it's a combination of those things, I think. A few people, including myself, predicted that we would have a bumper year at yard sales and boot sales. And I think that is coming true a little bit. Certainly, I mean, the yard sale we went to last weekend, so much good stuff.
Yeah.
So much good. I mean, I think it's a fairly affluent area here. This was a little tiny village 5 minutes down the road from here. It is quite an affluent village, so that had an input into that.
Yeah. Ali says, can't understand why people don't believe sell similar doesn't work. It does for me. I sold loads of items recently that's just been sitting there for over a month.
Yeah. Well, I remember chatting to Derek, Tap Peddler, and he swears by daily going in. I'm trying to get into a habit of doing this. Going into your listed, sort by ending soonest. And then everything that's going to end within the next 24 hours, I will grab all of that, end it all, and then go straight into ended listings and individually go in and sell similar. Leave the price the same on some, tweak the price if it's not getting many views, overhaul it all. And I get guaranteed sales every time I do that. Stuff that has been sat on for, months sometimes. What I'm trying to do it every day now. So as everything comes to the end of its month listed, I'm going to do end sell similar. So in theory, nothing's going to last longer than a month without being refreshed now. if I can keep on top of it, and you're trying to do the same.
Yeah.
And we're getting, daily sales from it. So it does work. It does work. I mean, eBay themselves told us. I made a video about it.
Yeah. Lainey says, I worked for Index years ago, and at Christmas, some people would put their kids on the phone to me to explain why Santa wasn't bringing their present as they'd ordered it 2 days before. We had snowstorms in the lead up to Christmas one year in the run up, and so no vans could deliver. I'd start work to see 500 plus calls waiting to see where their delivery was.
Imagine that would be just stress. I would have quit that job. 500 calls waiting for people just to moan at you. I'd just walk out. Yeah. I don't need that stress in my life. How did you do that job, Lainey? Oh, that sounds horrific. You couldn't have just explained a more stressful job than dealing with customers, angry customers on a phone.
Steve says, my favourite ever answer to a boot diver. What have you got? A hangover and a bacon sandwich.
F off and come back when the table's out. Wow.
Excellent.
What have you got? A hangover and a bacon sandwich. Love it.
Helen, I've just stopped offering free postage.
Interesting. We're a bit of both on our store.
Cheryl says 100% better stock. There's been more good stuff around.
Yeah, we've seen it.
I think we've got to the end of the chat.
Helen's saying, I just stopped offering free postage, adjusted prices so buyers still pay the same as they would with free, and sales have really increased. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So you're reducing the price, but adding postage back on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Well, it's 2:09. So I
Is
think
it?
we probably need to start thinking about some words of wisdom.
I thought we were about half an hour in. That's
it zoomed by
crazy.
tonight.
I don't know if we're going to go back to having guests on again soon. I might do. We haven't spoken to anybody about it.
But we just haven't had the headspace to think about it.
Yeah. So next week, are you putting a new video up next week at some point?
Yeah, we went charity shopping with Chris B and Catherine.
Oh yeah.
And, I've done a little bit of a vlog with that.
Yeah, I will try and find time to get the haul done. I have a video. Now, what's the video I made that I'm putting up? I made one the other day, edited it. Can't even remember what's in it. That'll be up.
Yeah.
Whatever that was.
My video won't go up until like Thursday or Friday, something like that.
Right. So there will be content coming out on both channels. Please go over and find Andrea's channel if you're not subbed. You're starting to see some real traction over there now. Starting to get some good numbers. And where are you at with subs? Is it 5,000?
555 at the moment.
Awesome. This channel hit a bit of a milestone. Was it 69,000?
Yeah, we're so slow getting to that 70, isn't it?
Oh, the channel's been taking 3 steps forward and 4 back for a while. Yeah. It's like we'd gain a bunch, and then for some reason we'd lose a whole bunch of subs, and it's been some months we would just go nowhere with subscribers. It doesn't really matter, the channel is what it is, but obviously you can't help but look at those numbers and those metrics. But for some reason, we picked up a whole bunch of subs recently, so that's good news, and hopefully they'll stick around. Right. So, Lainey said, let's quickly read that about her job. I did it for 9.
Remember Will's first.
Let's read that quickly then. Islands in the stream. That's what we are. No one in between. Now that is Dolly Parton and what's his face?
Kenny
Rogers.
Kenny Rogers. Yes. Written by
the Bee Gees.
Yes.
Oh. Pop quiz. Lainey says, I did it for 9 months. This is they're taking the calls from customers. And then Littlewoods was bought out and Index closed. I was offered a job with Littlewoods, but it was evening shifts and couldn't do it. I was told and left my job in the one day. Okay. Oh, there's Andrew's channel. So please do go and give some support. Kenny Rogers. Yes.
Right. So who's next? Ian. When the winds of change blow, some people build walls other people build windmills.
I like it.
I like that
That's-
very much.
Yeah, going on
And,
what we were talking about earlier about adapting and changing just within reselling.
Yeah. But just in like just general culture at the moment in the world, it'd be nice if more people were building windmills.
Okay.
Yeah. Ross says, "You shall not pass Gandalf to boot divers." Tamara says, "When in doubt, fly to Morocco for a week. See you in a fortnight. Oh, have a brilliant time. Lovely."
Wow, that sounds great. We've not done Morocco, have we? We are owed a holiday.
No.
We are so.
No, but it came up in our quiz, in the pub quiz this week. What was the capital of Morocco? Didn't it?
Yeah, Rabat, wasn't it?
Rabat. Yeah, we didn't know that, but one of our team members luckily did.
Yeah, Malcolm, our friend Malk, who's part of our team, every now and again he'll come up with a gem of an answer. Yeah.
Well, he knows his food and he knows his geography, so he's the food and geography guy.
No, he was a zookeeper.
Oh yeah, and zoology.
His specialist subject is primates, because he was a primate keeper. Every now and again, a question will come up about orangutans or something. We'll just look at Malcolm and go, Malk.
But also he travels a lot, so
yes.
Yeah. Sharon says, "Yesterday's history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a present. Live for today."
That's good.
I've
not heard it said like that, but that's nice. Yeah. Oh, quiz up there. Actually, we were second. I think this is our third second in a row, isn't it?
I think it might be.
We did win 3 in a row about a year or so back. But yeah,
we did win a bottle of wine in the raffle.
We never win the raffle.
And I drank it last night.
Yeah.
Right. Porky, hello, says, "Positive anything is better than negative nothing."
Nice.
Yeah, like that.
Where are we? Oh, here we go. Lainey's, just read that quick. I'm just going up and down one sub. They love me not. Right, we're doing the same, but we'll go up a few sometimes, and then we'll sometimes drop 10 at a time. And it's like, what did I do? What did I say?
My Instagram's like that. Yeah, it's like a little roller coaster at the moment.
Yeah,
I just can't seem to get any traction. It's like gain some, lose some, gain some, lose some.
Well, we were talking about this the other night. I think with social media, you're better off to not really look at the metrics. Just do what you want to do. Be yourself. Put it out there. But it's so hard not to look.
You can overthink things. You start thinking, oh, maybe it's because people don't like this, and it's so silly. I just want, the reason I'm doing it is because I want to be creative, and it's my channel, so I should do what I enjoy, and then it will find the audience that enjoy the same thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Darren says, knowledge is learning something every day. Wisdom is letting go of something every day.
Oh, wow.
Otherwise, just buy, list, sell, repeat. Well, can't argue with that.
Yeah.
We were only talking in the car the other day about people who think they know everything are the true idiots, right? If you are humble and realize that the more you think you know, the more you've got to learn. I didn't explain that very well, but it's so true, right? If you really look in depth into a subject, you actually find out you know so little, and accepting that, being humble about it. Those people that go around and think they know everything. Clueless.
The Swimming Bear says, "Make lying wrong again."
Yes.
Recently spotted car sticker.
I would stick that on my car.
Tamara says that, yes, I learned Rabat whilst booking my trip. Really thought it was Marrakesh. See, because Ron put down Marrakesh.
That was my answer.
And and no, it's a good job that Malk stuck to his guns on that.
Ron put a different town, actually. I said Marrakesh. Okay. Ron went, oh, no, it's so-and-so. And then Malk said, I think you'll find it's Rabat.
Something like that.
He doesn't sound like that at all. Sorry, Malk, if you're watching.
Jessica says, when the sky falls, let them grumble. We can always ignore their news.
Deep.
Okay. Louise says, for myself, don't give Nick a refer a friend. He doesn't want to work on the phones, dealing with delightful customers. I'm at nearly 7 years call centre work. It's not good for autism and ADHD.
Wow.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Working on phones would be a nightmare for me. I don't like phoning people at the best of time. I'm much better at it these days. As a teenager and in my 20s, I would avoid making phone calls at all costs. You're still pretty much there.
If I know what I'm saying, if I feel confident, I know what I'm going to say to the person when I ring them. I'm all right. I'm quite confident and quite fine. But if I feel like I'm not too sure what I'm going to say, I just hate it.
Yeah. I would much rather be. I'm quite confident face to face. In fact, these days, probably very confident, you might say, face to face. But if I've got to ring someone up, if I have to ring someone up in the village here, I'd rather just walk to their house and chat because I'll feel comfortable.
Yeah.
On the phone, I'm not.
Yeah. It's and I was worried I'm going to, interrupt something, or somebody's just having a nice evening, and then you ring them, and
right.
Even with family, I always think I'm going to interrupt.
Also, I think face to face, I feel more comfortable because you can judge people. Most communication is body language, right? On the phone, it's very, I don't know. You don't have any of that. You don't have the eye contact.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
Phil says, if you could kick the person in the pants responsible for most of your trouble, you wouldn't sit for a month. Theodore Roosevelt.
If you could kick the person in the pants
responsible for most of your trouble, you wouldn't sit for a month.
Oh, right. Oh, that's clever.
That's clever, isn't it?
Nice one, Phil.
Daniel says, call centre would be hilarious with Tourette's.
Imagine. Wow.
Leslie says, I worked in a call centre selling tickets for the Millennium Dome. Oh, wow. It was the early days of taking phone payments, took ages. Oh, yeah.
I never went to the Millennium Dome. My mum did. She went to the huge exhibition that it was set up for, that it was built for. But I never went to that.
We've been there for music gigs.
Yeah, we've been many times since. Yeah.
Okay, better let you lovely lot get on with your evening.
Well, let me pick. We will leave you with one. Let's have a look. I'm going with the slightly political. I mean, it may not have been political the way you put it, but for me, that relates to a certain country in the world. We will leave you there. Thank you for being with us. We've still got 172 of you. If you would like to stroke the like button when you leave, that would be appreciated. Apparently, it does something wonderful to the algorithm. We will be back next week, as far as I know. We'll do it all again. If we manage to get a guest on, we'll have a guest, but we might just do this again because it's fun. Yeah. And keep an eye out on Andrea's channel for a new video. I'll try and get some content out, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Yes.
Ta-ra.